It all began on a stormy evening in New York City, the kind of night where raindrops hit the pavement like shattered glass and people hurried past each other, lost in their own worlds. The streets gleamed under neon lights, and amidst the chaos, a young woman named Emma Wells was running, clutching her soaked purse, shouting desperately, "Stop him! He took my wallet!" Her voice carried through the rain, trembling yet determined. Most people turned, looked, and then went back to their umbrellas except for one man. That he stood tall in a sleek black suit, stepping out of a luxury car, his expression cold, his eyes sharp as steel. Adrian Cole, CEO of Cole Industries, one of the youngest billionaires in the country, known for his ruthless decisions, where numbers mattered more than people. But in that instant, instinct overpowered reputation. Without thinking, he moved, blocking the thief's path. The thief swerved, bumping into Emma, and all three stumbled. Two officers chasing behind grabbed the nearest figures, Emma and Adrian, and before either could protest, a metallic click echoed that the thief had vanished, and they were now handcuffed together, standing in the middle of the street, drenched, surrounded by flashing lights. "You have got to be kidding me," Adrian muttered, tugging at his wrist, raindrops dripping from his hair. Emma glared back, frustration and disbelief mixing in her eyes. "I didn't ask you to play hero." "Great, now I'm stuck with Mr. CEO of the universe." But the police, chasing the real thief, had already disappeared into the crowd. No keys. No explanation. Just one chain binding two opposite worlds together. Adrian exhaled sharply. "Let's find a station. Fast." They tried. But the rainstorm worsened, power went out in nearby precincts, and no one could help until morning. Which left them with one impossible option: to spend the night together, handcuffed, until help arrived. So there they were, entering Adrian's sleek penthouse, marble floors, glass walls, and silence that could cut through steel. Emma stepped inside, eyes widening. This place could feed 100 families, she muttered under her breath. Adrian pretended not to hear, but her words sank deep. She wasn't impressed by his wealth, if anything, she pitied it. "Don't touch anything," he said sharply, trying to regain control. "Relax," she shot back. "I wouldn't want to break anything worth more than my yearly rent." He looked at her drenched hair, trembling hands, yet a stubborn pride that refused to bow. Something about her grounded him. It irritated him, and intrigued him. As the night dragged on, they awkwardly navigated dinner, eating pasta with one hand tethered. When she tripped slightly and spilled water on his sleeve, she gasped, apologizing immediately. Adrian surprised himself by laughing. It had been years since he'd laughed like that, genuine, unguarded. Later, as the storm raged outside, Emma sat near the window, her voice soft. "I wasn't chasing him for me. The thief stole an old man's wallet. I just wanted to help." Adrian turned toward her. "Even if it meant risking yourself?" She shrugged. "If you don't do something when you can, then what's the point of living?" Her words pierced something in him. For years, Adrian had lived behind boardroom walls, speaking only in profits and losses. But here, beside a girl who earned in a month what he spent on a single lunch, he found himself questioning everything. When she fell asleep beside him, her head gently leaning on his shoulder, he didn't move. He just watched her breathe, the city lights flickering across her face. For the first time in years, he didn't feel alone. Morning came quietly. The locksmith arrived, removed the cuff, and the metallic clink echoed again, this time, painfully final. Emma thanked him softly, eyes downcast, and left before he could speak. Adrian stood in his empty apartment, rubbing his wrist where the cuff had been, feeling something he'd never felt before. A loss. Days turned into weeks. He threw himself into work, but her voice kept echoing in his mind. "If you don't do something when you can." Those words haunted him during board meetings, charity events, even in the quiet of night. Then, during a press conference, Adrian did something that shocked everyone. He announced a new grant under Cole Industries for small entrepreneurs, aimed at people who wanted to start their own dreams but lacked the means. He didn't mention her, but in his heart, the program had her name written all over it. That evening, he found himself outside a small diner, standing under the same kind of rain that once brought them together. Inside, Emma was wiping tables, her hair tied back, still wearing that tired but hopeful smile. She froze when she saw him. "Mr. Cole? Did I forget the handcuffs again?" she joked, nervously laughing. He smiled faintly, for once, not the CEO smile, but a man's smile. "No. I came to return something else." He placed a small velvet box on the counter. Inside was a tiny golden handcuff keychain, engraved with her name. She looked at it, speechless. "You kept this?" "It's not the same one," he said softly. "That one broke. But I thought maybe you'd want a reminder. Sometimes being stuck to someone isn't such a bad thing." Tears glimmered in her eyes, blending with the rain on the window. "Why are you really here, Adrian?" she whispered. He took a deep breath. "Because I realized something. You weren't the one chained to me that night. I was chained to my own arrogance, my own emptiness. You broke that." Her heart pounded. "And what now?" He smiled, eyes soft. "Now, maybe I'd like to be chained to you, by choice this time." The rain outside shimmered under neon lights as laughter broke between them, light, warm, real. Months later, Emma's small coffee stall opened on the same street corner where she once chased a thief. The first investor? Adrian Cole. But this time, he didn't come in suits or with guards, just a man with a cup of her coffee, waiting in line like everyone else. Sometimes they'd sit together, remembering that wild, rainy night that changed everything, two strangers handcuffed by accident but bound by destiny. Because love, after all, isn't about perfect timing or polished hearts. Sometimes, it's just two souls colliding in the rain, and never letting go again.